All right, so today we are going to be figuring out what's going on with the ABS light that is on the dash with this 2007 Acura MDX. I have a strong feeling I know what it is, but we're going to get into replacing the wheel hub today, which I believe that's what the issue is. Here, I'll grab this new one to show you. I believe that on this part here, as you'll see, there's a little piece of plastic here. Here's a metal ring. And that ring right there is what the ABS sensor reads off of to essentially know what voltage it's reading, what speed you're going, things like that. And without it knowing, it's going to throw a code every single time, which is not great. And we're trying to avoid that because I would like my ABS to work and not have a light on the dash.
All right, now we are in the vehicle. Switch the ignition to on, and as you can see, tailgate's open, of course. ABS system, VSA check, which is part of the ABS, and then we also get this SH all-wheel drive as well due to the ABS. So we're going to take our scanner here, and we're going to go down to view ABS DTCs. We're going to pick Honda since this is an Acura, and we're going to see what it gives us here. Okay, it's retrieving them for us. All right, so we get an 1801. So left rear wheel speed sensor signal malfunction. Problem with the voltage for torque sensor 5-volt power, so it's not sensing it back there. Okay, so that's gonna be it. We're gonna get rid of these pesky lights, and I'm gonna show you why I think that it failed.
All right, now that we're back outside, we're gonna get these lug nuts off. It is a 22 millimeter socket for these lug nuts, and we're gonna break these loose. I don't know how tight they are. Hopefully they are very tight before we put the vehicle up in the air. Okay, not too bad. They're not loose, so that's a very, very, very good sign. Somebody actually did something right for once. Get this little cover off, and we're gonna see our axle nut here. Looks like somebody had been here before, because usually it's got a little notch. It's knocked in a little bit to catch in this little groove right here. But this one has been removed apparently already. So we're gonna get that nut loose, and you can get a socket set for these axle nuts at any local O'Reilly's, Advance, AutoZone, all that fun stuff. This one is a 36 millimeter socket. So we're just gonna loosen this thing up. Oh yeah, somebody actually put this one on here, thankfully. Just loose, don't want to take it off yet. All right, we're gonna get the car up in the air. Always use a jack and a jack stand, you know, just in case the jack decides to fail in the middle of being jacked up. Had it happen, not a fun time. So we will be right back once we have the vehicle jacked up. All right, now we have the wheel off. Next is going to be getting the brake caliper off, the brake caliper bracket, and this disc brake. And I'll show you those bolts right here that we're about to remove. Those are 12 mil right here. And these are I believe a 17. We're gonna, fact check that, and I will let y'all know whenever we get these off. There is a box with old brake shoes back there, so I'm worried that maybe they took them off and never put them back on, which would not be great. So we're gonna get these off, we're gonna get this off, and then we're gonna see where we're at on all this. Most of these tools that I have are from Harbor Freight. They're typically the Pittsburgh. I think I have a few Icon, but I know most of them are the Pittsburgh version. They've done me good for years on things that I've been working on, so definitely don't be afraid to go to Harbor Freight or let anybody talk junk on your Harbor Freight tools, because they work. They're good for anyone that's on a budget that needs to fix things. Just like the axle nut sockets, you can also get those. You can get those as well from Harbor Freight, and they won't cost you too much. I think like $45 to $60 for the set, rather than I went to Advance and got that rental. It was $100 for the sockets, which I don't think I'm ever going to use again, so I'm going to take it back, obviously, get that $100 back, and then that's that. Then I don't have tools sitting around that I don't ever use. this bracket on right here, our 17. You're just gonna get your 17 on there, nice snug fit. Hopefully there's brake shoes back here because I am worried about that. I've looked at this hole and I don't see anything, which is not a good sign. But if they're not back there, then I am definitely going to get the ones that's in the back because I have brakes on the way. So then we'll replace these with new later on in the future. So that's definitely a video that's going to come in the future. So I'm going to get this bracket off and we're going to come back, get this disc off and see what's happening. All right, so we have the bracket off now. And if you're any person like me that doesn't have a metal tray laying around with magnets, just put the bolts in somewhere where you can't forget them. I just put them back where they usually go so that I can't get them lost. We're going to get this rotor off and then see what's probably not laying behind here other than an e-brake cable. Usually these discs aren't that easy to take off because there is a little tensioner here that you need to move down in order to loosen it to get this disc off, because most of the time they're stuck on there. Don't worry, that disc is also going to be replaced in another video. They should be coming in soon. We are going to get this axle nut the rest of the way off since we broke that loose in the beginning. There's these 4 bolts down here. There's one there, one back there, and 2 down there. Those bolts are what's holding this hub on. And so those are a 17 or an 11/16, whichever socket you have available. I'm going to definitely need a 11/16 swivel on the bottom rear. These brake calipers from Acura, they tell you the max diameter they can be, which is 211, and the minimum that they can be, which is 9 millimeters, which is really good. I can feel the grooves with my fingers, so I know that they are at end of life. I can feel it when I'm stopping and things like that. So definitely replace your rotors. If you have a little dial gauge that shows you millimeters width, I would check it. If it's within the 211 and the 9 millimeter, I would just go get them turned at the local parts store. They usually cut rotors just to keep it in spec smooth so it won't wear out your new brakes as fast. All right, now to get this hub off, I'm pretty sure we need a puller. This isn't the right puller, but it'll suffice, at least I'm hoping. So we're gonna see where we get with this. Old hub is off. See, this is exactly the issue right here. You can see that it's chipped along this edge. This magnet is just eaten up over the years. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this wheel speed sensor out. Well, ABS sensor, excuse me. Just to make sure we don't damage it, putting the new hub in. Once I got the ABS sensor off, always inspect it, make sure there's no cracks, breaks, or anything like that in it. And now we can get to the new hub, which I will show you the difference between the two. And again, why it needed to be changed is this rear part right here. Look how nice, clean, uncracked. All the metal is nice, new. The sensor is going to be able to read off of this much better and in general than it is something that's got cracks and wore out, and it's actually broke on the metal part there. So I don't know what happened with that, but we're gonna get this all cleaned up with some brake clean, just to make sure the mating surface area is nice and clean. It's hot today, okay? So if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and then we're gonna come back and start putting this new hub on. All right, so we're gonna put this back on. We're working outside, so we gotta make sure everything stays clean. And really, we just gotta line these bolts up with the bolts that's on here. You can see that these are spaced further away than these. So these are going to be the ones that go on top, and the further away space are gonna go over here, I'm pretty sure. Now, I was wrong, it's the other way around. Don't listen to me, you'll figure it out whenever you get to it. We're gonna put this nut back on the CV axle to draw this in a little bit, so then we can get the nuts on the back of these on. And it's gonna be a little difficult because we have the car up in the air, but as we can tell, it's pretty much flush. Lines up where it was before. Somebody's definitely been in here before, gouged up some stuff. They probably try to put a chisel in here, and that is probably how it broke in the back before. I have the 4 bolts here. We're gonna put these back in, get this back together, put the ABS sensor back on. Next, we got to worry about doing these brake shoes, and that is going to be the fun part. Luckily I have a book for this, so we'll be able to get through it. Now we got our little grommet back in. All right, so we're gonna get the brake caliper, that and the brake caliper bracket back on, and then we're gonna get the tire back on, so then we can torque this nut down for the axle, and then we're gonna torque down the tires, and then we're gonna go for a test drive and make sure that this has fixed everything. Also, don't forget to put your ABS sensor back in. Torque this down to 210 foot-pounds. That is what the book called for. Torqued all the lug nuts down. And now we're gonna go on a test drive. Hopefully this light is gone. All right, so we're back in the car, still there. Let's see if we drive around, if it clears it up. I don't think that my scan tool can clear it, but we can always check. Let's get it plugged in here. Yep, still showing, so we're gonna clear. So you see that it went away. Now we're going to see if driving it, if it comes back. So funny enough, it came back, and now it's reading the right wheel sensor in the rear is now functioning. So seems like we're going to need to order another wheel hub for the rear right now that we've done the rear left. So let's do that on the next episode. I hope to see y'all there. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button if you enjoy the content. Leave a comment down below what can be changed, what you like, what you didn't like, and I'll see you on the next one.